and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So production, boys and girls. It is Monday, November the 8th, 2021. We're doing it. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for coming along the ride. Thank you for being a part of my journey, letting me be a part of yours. It's been a hell of a ride, baby, and we're learning and we're growing, and there's growing pains and then there's learning pains, but that's what it is. You notice a little bit of pain. That's fucking, are you in pain right now? Do you want to be in pain? Let's put you in pain. Let's put you in a difficult circumstance. Let's challenge you a little bit or something. Let's get a little bit of, shift gears. Try to learn. It's difficult. It's not easy. Today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you've been with me for the duration of this project, this experience, this experiment, thank you for your patience. If you're a newbie, welcome aboard. It's your captain speaking. We're gonna have a bumpy ride today. It's gonna be probably a lot of turbulence. I don't know how it's gonna go, to be honest with you, because I'm gonna be trying something new, and you know me, dog. I'll keep it 100 with you all day, day. But I've been learning, and my gosh, if I can just talk about the learning process of what this has been for me, in terms of not just even like, there's so many external growth aspects to doing this and wanting to get into comedy and wanting to hopefully one day become a stand-up guy. Learned so much about life, learned so much about myself, but I have been learning, and there's so much more to learn about comedy and what it means to be an aspiring comic, at least. So I look up to the folks out there who set up great examples. Thank you for the ladies and gentlemen. I don't have time to mention all your names. You know who you are, paving the way, man. You're going to places. All you guys, beautiful men and women. Thank you very much for everything that you put out. And I've been learning. My whole outlook on comedy has changed. It's evolving. I think I'm growing a little bit. I think I'm learning, if I'm not mistaken, little by little. But certain things, I'm growing and learning things about myself that I didn't know maybe a year and a half ago. Maybe a little part of me knew, maybe a little portion of me deep down inside knew, but because I've never really tapped into it, never really shared it with anybody else that much anyway. Maybe people that have, been with me throughout periods of my life, maybe they've picked up on a little bit. I do have a sense of humor, but if I want to narrow it down a little bit, I think I might have here's the thing. This is what makes me laugh. I like dark humor. I like topics that are quote unquote risque. I like that dangerous lifestyle, and that's the thing. But I've learned a lot, man. Even like in the beginning, it was just learning what's punching up, what's punching down, what's a jab, what's a hook, learning all these things. And before I thought it was just like either or one's better than the other, and that's not the case whatsoever. They're both very fantastic ways of making the ha-has and the funnies, and I'm still learning, but I've grown to appreciate what's, I guess, again, this might be even my take, it might not even be correct, but from my understanding, I'm growing to really, really appreciate actually punching down. Not gonna lie to you, because I thought that in my head, again, a newbie from the outside trying to get in, learn, but do it properly. And this is a one-man band. This is just one guy trying to live, try to create, but also look at some good examples out there, and there's good examples everywhere. And that's the thing, man. I think I have a little bit of a darkness to my humor, maybe, because I definitely find things that are, I guess, quote unquote, maybe you'd hear and be like, oh, that's actually kind of tragic, that's kind of sad. Part of me finds humor in that, because that's how I deal with my own shit on a daily, or on throughout life. I've been through light, been through dark, been through periods where it's just like, is it dark or light? Who knows? But I find humor always helps. Even those darkest moments, when you can make fun of yourself and make fun of the situation, how it went down or whatever happened, if you can make fun of it, it helps transition. Now, to each their own. That's the thing with comedy and storytelling. With art, it's a form of art, right? It's subjective. Some people like particular things, others might not appreciate it. I am learning, and yeah, I gotta really say, I'm starting to discover a little portion of my voice, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe, hopefully. I guess we'll live and learn, and we'll find out as we go along the way. But I did want to, I wanted to challenge myself, and hopefully down the line, this is the dream, to not give these introductions or what have you, or these little backlogs in my way of thinking or my brain. I could just come out and like just say the thing and it'll be, but that it takes time for you to get established, for people to know who you are, where you're coming from. So with that being said, I hope, I wrote down a bunch of stuff, gonna read it, and I don't know, again, we're experimenting, we're learning, and then we'll go off track as well. We'll see where it takes us for today. But again, once again, thank you for the ride. Thank you for being going along this ride with me, and we'll figure it out together, boys and girls. We'll figure it out. I just want to, here's the thing. What I'm telling myself and what I want to put in practice is every opportunity that arises, go for the funny, go for the joke, go for the kill, go for the joke. I'm not here to I'm not here to tell people how to live their life. I'm not here to, I'm not some sort of whatever. I'm not like, this is the way I tackle things, and this is go for the joke. Go for the joke, nothing else. Go for the joke. Okay. Enough of the intro mumbo jumbo, enough about the debriefing section. Let's read a little bit of something that I wrote down, and then like I said, we'll go off track as well, and we'll see what it leads us. All right. Get a sip of this. Sips up to you guys. Thank you. I said, get off my melanin. Ooh, what a specimen. Neck like a pelican. Give him the medicine. Put him on a regimen. Lady parts feminine. What a fine skeleton. Her name is Evelyn. Wish I knew Mandarin. Now not on Pandarin. Just a little. I was going to just initially do that in the beginning and get it going with a song with a little bit of a rhyming sesh. But that's what it is, baby. Get off my melanin. All right. All right, so one topic that I wrote about that I like to tackle with you guys, and again, comedy first, okay? Just jokes first, or the funny aspect of things first, because we're not here to do anything else. Funny first, okay? Funny first. Remember that. Remember that. The intention is the funny, okay? One topic. Concerts that kill, literally. I'm gonna read this shit verbatim, just cause, and then we'll go off if we live. We'll see. I'm a little bit new territory. All right, bear with me here. Concerts that kill, literally. Well, we can't say it wasn't lit. Death is the ultimate lit indicator, at least linguistically. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the event that just happened over the past few days. Astroworld concert. Yeah, Astroworld Festival concert going down in the US. Travis Scott, Drake and co. Peepsy's doing it. Okay, so concerts that kill, literally. Well, we can't say it wasn't lit. Death is the ultimate lit indicator, at least linguistically. When something goes really well, what do you say? You say, we killed it. Example, Johnny hit a home run. He killed it. Caitlin is really good at keeping many plants alive in her apartment. She picked up the habit of growing and maintaining her own house plants over the pandemic, and she noticed she's got a green thumb and a knack for keeping plants alive. Ironically, one may say she's killing it. In the house plant game, that is. So if you go to a concert and you expect to get lit and end up getting the most lit, shouldn't you be thankful? Many attended, but you and 7 other lucky individuals got to exit the world at a large festival. Is there not a better place to go out than a festival? I think it would be number 1, inside the bedroom doing the sex. Second, right after that, lit festival. That's just me. What's not to like? You're probably there with your favorite people, not just family or friends. No, these are people you have a special bond with, one which was formed and maintained at concerts, festivals, carnivals, variety shows, and the like. These are your happy people. Don't you want to go out partying? Don't answer that. Just think about it. So you're surrounded by your loved ones. You're probably intoxicated with something which, again, part of the experience. The package wouldn't be complete, and now a riot breaks out. Riot of sorts. Who doesn't like a riot? Who doesn't like adrenaline? Blood pumping, hormones rising. Ooh, what an experience, only if it could go higher. Well, for 8 individuals, it went to the highest level. The highest of highs. God level. When you party so hard you meet the Lord. For us down below, we're left with emotions of bittersweet sentiment, loss, grief, anger, confusion. We who are left behind need and seek some sort of an answer to make sense of it all. The ones who passed away at a lit party, having the most fun. And that's what I wrote down about that. Again, that's something that I'm working on. I know I read it verbatim because I wanted to read it verbatim. I mean, damn, tragic. But from a comedy stance, bro, don't we all want to go out like partying? It sucks for their families, whoever's involved. My condolences, but think about it. Get up with your pals, with your homies, with your friends. Have a little drinky boo. Consume a little something, whatever your poison is. You know what I'm talking about? And then you just go out there and party or how, you know, oh, isn't this song great? Put your hands up in the air and wave them around like you don't care. And jumping up and down, up and down. What's that over there? Is that a mosh pit? Maybe. Do I want to join in? Do I not want to join in? Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? So, you know, it sucks, but there is, you know, I think there's a little bit of, can't we say this was the most lit? Isn't that the ultimate indicator of a lit party? And I was looking at other instances too. I'm like, is this the first? Obviously, no. What's the most number of people that have died during a concert or a festival or inside a club of sorts? There, you know, I read a bunch of stats, and this is not even the worst. It sucks, but this is not even the worst. There have been cases all over the world, different parties, different venues. Hundreds of people have been, you know, a couple of fires that took out a couple hundred people here and there. You know, festivals happen. People get rowdy, especially after. I'm not justifying nothing, but I'm just like, again, I wish I didn't have to put all the explanation in there, and hopefully gradually, that's the thing. Coming in, I want to set the record straight. Coming in, that's part of the homework that I'm trying to, you know, implement in my brain. Just go for the funny, go for the kill it, go for the, you know, and been learning. I no longer think any topic should be off the table. I don't think there's a topic that you can't talk about, and I don't think it's ever too soon or too late to talk about anything. Part of the learning process that I've been learning, comedically. Again, put everything else aside, looking at it through the funnies. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know what you guys think. We'll find out. I think we'll get a good grasp of it because it's now saying it out loud, putting it out there. We'll see. You know, because, you know, certain things happened in the past, because I'm trying to, you know, I'll talk about my own shit and I'll like try to laugh at it, but that's the thing, like certain things happened, and here let's try to milk this bad boy as much as we can. Here's the thing, can black men just have nice things? Can a couple of brothers just put out a concert and just, you know, just have a good time? Because I've been reading articles, headlines, oh, Drake and Travis are gonna be, you know, they might get sued or whatever. What, for providing the most lit concert? For getting people lit? They're like, oh no, they incited. How? Did they say go killing people? Did they say go, I don't know what went down exactly, but did they like verbally say those things? They're like, oh, kill those individuals, and people followed order? What are we talking about here? Now, is it a tragic accident of sorts? Sure. And we'll tackle it from both sides. Let's defend the brothers for a second here. I think they were just putting on a show. I don't think that they had intentions going, oh, let's get lit to the point where people are going to end up dying. I don't think that's ever on the agenda. Prior, you probably are talking to yourself, anybody out there. I do it a little bit before I go on, like here on the street sometimes, hopefully down the line, wanting to get on stage. You're like, oh, get up there, kill it, murder, have a murderous sesh. You achieved it. Essentially, you had a lit concert and it went down. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to feel bad. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to say that's the thing. I don't, put all those things aside, just the jokes. Yeah, man. Can a couple of brothers just put on a nice show for people to enjoy? Now, if people get rowdy and, decide to do things that are a little bit risque and end up with repercussions, I don't think we can, how much that's the thing, because there is a personal responsibility level as well. Like, where do people, like, you want to party, you want to get lit, you want to get loose, but you want to, like, what do we, and I don't know the deets, but like, I am a little bit curious about the personal responsibility aspect, because I'll show up to, I'm not a big, I don't do crowds personally that, like, I've done it before when I was younger, go to a concert, go to a show, go to a venue, what have you, but I'm not that much, because I'm not just, again, childhood trauma, chaotic scenes, you know what I'm talking about? Crowds, I know how crowds can go horribly wrong in a matter of seconds. I've seen it in live action in front of me. I've seen how crowds can lose control. So I'm always aware of that aspect. And that's the thing. Anybody, anytime wants to protest something, talk about it, I'm like, not this guy. No, we'll talk about it in a friendly, everybody, I want to know where everybody's at, what everybody's doing. No messy, chaotic crap. Because that's the thing. For people who have not experienced extreme chaos and extreme violence, and you have no idea, like, oh, let's get into a mosh pit. Let this guy, fuck mosh pits, fuck too many close people, fuck it, not interested. You cannot pay me to go and be I'll be part of the crowd, but hence probably this is why, like, I guess this is discovering things or learning about yourself all the fucking time. Probably like why I like being in the crowd, but I like to have a little bit of, I guess, control, know where I'm at. I'm here, you're there, we're all good. Exchange love, but keep the peace. That's what I'm saying, because I've seen it, dude. I've seen how crowd of 30 people, 30 to 45 people, I've seen how bloody and traumatizing it can get. Don't need to go to the deets today. I got a ton of stories. Your baby boy's got a ton of stories, but I can tell you that's one thing. That's why I've never been, like, that's why early on I figured I'm never gonna wanna fight anybody. I'm never gonna wanna, like, unless somebody is posing a direct threat to me and my family or my kin and my friends. That's a different story. But ever since I was very young, I learned that, violence, large crowds, chaos. But that's the thing. Part of us loves that, because that's the innate part. That's the human animal part, right? We're not all these. That's the thing. We try to domesticate ourselves, right? But a part of us is still that. That's why we're like, okay, we realize the peepsies, the human animal peepsies, still like the rowdiness. Get out there and have some fun, but make sure it's organized, because you don't want to kill people. But shit happens sometimes. But that's the thing. We like the crowd. We like because there's a religious experience. So that's why that's the original parties were the religious masses, right? You go to a mass. That was when people got together collectively and got litty. A little bit of, sprinkle a little bit of fucking holy water in your mouth, holy water in his eye, fucking dab a little bit here, have a cracker, shit like that. We did it all the time. Why? Because when we get together, it's like a beehive. Fucking electricity is just flying everywhere, right? You feel it in your body. You know, people are feeling it in their body. All of a sudden, there's an aura in the air. There's a vibration going off that's just bigger than you. That's the Lord right there. That's the Lord right there. We like that. We like that. But that's the thing. We figured we like to party, but we can't just have, you know, the loosest of the gooses of the festivals. Have a festival, have a concert, but that's why you have security. You have stage, you have this, you have that. You have a designated, it's controlled chaos. Essentially a concert, a festival is there's the appearance like wrestling, is the appearance of madness, chaos, total insanity, but controlled and beautifully done for the most part. Look at how many successful events we've got all the time that it's like, oh man, oh, everything's going wild. They're going wild, but like until shit really goes wild, until you cross that level and then you're like, oh fuck this, let's get the F out. That's the thing. So that's why I'm always like, you know, even when I was younger, I'd go to I'd attend I'd always, you know, call me grandpa, dude. I've been an old man stuck in a young man's body for my entire life, but that's what it is, because I've seen a bunch of shit where I'm like, let's have fun, but from a little bit of, you know, keep everything, where is everybody? Hyper alert this guy. Get the anxiety under control. That's what I'm talking about, but it's excitement is what it is. But where's the personal responsibility? Can you go out, can the families go and sue and be like, these guys, like how much was there not security? What was the level? Like you say inciting violence or what have you. I don't know. I don't know the deets, but that's the thing. That's just like, hey man, can a couple of brothers just put on a nice show here? All right. Do we have to lose every black celebrity to some sort of a scandal? I don't know. On the reverses, let's fucking go deep. I know this is fucking making me uncomfortable, dude. I'm sweating a little bit, I'll tell you that right now. Making me uncomfortable. But hey, that's a good thing. On the other hand, because you gotta see the funny from both sides. Again, comedy. You should be able to sue, and you should be able to sue extremely hard. Whatever number you've asked for is not merely, it's not, to go higher. Whatever you're asking for, go higher, because you're putting numbers on your family members. What did you ask for? $1 million? Just like, you know, ask for 10, ask for 50, and because it's just like now you've, yeah. Why do we always have sympathy for celebs or rich people? You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know, rich celebs, royalty. That we always have sympathy. I think psychologically, sociologically, a little portion of our brains like, maybe one day I could be them, and hopefully one day people will, you know, if I were to be in a situation or a circumstance, they'd show the same sort of whatever the fuck it is. That way, it's that's why we turn a blind eye on things like, and again, I don't know, but that's the thing I think. It breaks my heart. Did Michael do those things that they said he did, or was he just a nice guy with a lot of money that people try to take advantage of? Who knows? In my heart of hearts, because I love Michael, I refuse to believe that story that he was he was a diddler. God damn it, Michael, did you do it or not, man? Say you did it, Michael. Say you didn't. But regular folks do the things that they do, and there's heavy repercussions for the smallest thing that you do. You don't pay your taxes on, you know, 50, 40 grand, you're gonna get fucked. But like, you don't pay your taxes on the millions, no repercussions. You accidentally kill somebody out on the streets, repercussions. You accidentally kill somebody out in La La Land, repercussions. What? Like minimal repercussions, right? And this is about go for the funny and the facts. Go for the funny and no, fuck the facts. Funny, just the funny. And that's the thing, man. I think I was pushing myself last week to go, or was it the week before? I don't know time anymore. The Alec Baldwin debacle, tragic circumstance. Try to make a couple of jokes about it. I'm learning. I'm a nobody out here doing my thing. But that's the thing. I only saw one other. Maybe there have been other comics that have commented on it and made it funny, but Man, fucking when respect's due, and the funniest comments that I saw on the YouTubes regarding the circumstance, again, comedically, and again, I don't know nothing, I'm learning, you whole, just bear with me, I'm learning here. But the funniest comments that I saw, shout out to, probably doesn't know who the fuck most definitely doesn't know who the fuck I am, but shout out to Ari Shafir. Love what he does, I love the way his brain works. And regarding the Alec Baldwin comments, I was just watching like 5 minutes of him just go off, and brilliant. And this is what I mean when I say I'm learning, because that's the thing. A lot of times I come in here and not knowing what I'm doing, trying to learn as I go. I give a lot of the extra stuff that a lot of the other, I guess, established comics or storytellers, and rightly so, because that's the newbie here. Newbie. Makes sense. So if I were to just come in on day one, imagine like 2 years ago on day one, maybe, I don't know, maybe retrospectively speaking, that would have been the best route. Who knows? But we're here now doing it this way. Who knows? And that's what it is, man. So I'm just trying to learn to go for the kill. Because that's what it is, baby. Your boys are fucking, I want to get out there and fucking headbutt these issues, personal, societal. I hope I said some things that tickled your membranes from afar. And if not, we'll come back and try to do it better again. Take it for what it is. It's supposed to be entertainment and comedy, and that comedy. Focus on the comedy. All right. Next item that I wanted to briefly mention and discuss with you guys was, it's a global events that, again, funny part of it. The Iraqi Prime Minister, there was a failed bit at his assassination. They tried to drone murder the man. Failed though. Y'all suck. First of all, with all this tech, whoever was doing it, whichever clandestine unit was behind it, who knows? Who knows who's behind the many assassinations that go along all day, every day throughout history, right? Who killed JFK? Was it the government, the mafia, or everybody, like, A, B, C, D, all the above? Who knows? But definitely is not, stories are not just, you shouldn't just take it for face value. But what I'm trying to say is that whoever was behind it, y'all suck. Because you're using, like, nowadays, you don't even need, that's the thing, beforehand, imagine, like, you had to go hire hitmen. How awkward, like, these conversations, like, I'm talking, like, imagine, like, the 60s, the 70s, the era prior to that. Where do you even meet a hitman or a hit lady? It's not easy, just, like, how do you open up these conversations? You gotta see which one of the people in the local jurisdictions into, like, murder, but they've not, but they want to do it professionally, maybe they've not. How do you even recruit these motherfuckers that actually just go out there and fucking sit it's snow, there's banks of snow banks, fucking in the trenches, fucking getting, cold feet when I'm not talking about, like, nerves and shit, I'm talking about, like, when your boot gets snow in it, because, like, growing up in Canada, you get a little bit of that snow on your shoe, inside your shoe, uncomfortable. So I'm just imagining circumstances and places where it's like cold and you gotta go do the, or things, places where it's warm, dude. It's Middle East, Africa, just all sorts of places. Rainforests down in Brazil, and the rainforests in the Brazil, and the Amazons, doing the whatever it is that you're doing. You're Southeast Asia, you're in the jungles, you're fucking, like, put a little bit of, cut yourself, put a little bit of blood here, a little bit of, squirt a little bit of urine on yourself, your own urine, just to, repel or attract whatever it is that you're trying to repel. Urine and blood is always a good mix if you're trying to repel and attract, little blood, little urine. Always go for the funny. So point is, y'all suck, because before you had to, like, way back in the day, you went up there and, it was like, people, there was no online recruit. You couldn't just go to, like, Indeed or, like, ZipRecruiter and be like, I'm a hired gun, I'm an assassin looking for a job, or they put up the job, or we're looking for killers, literally. It wasn't any of that. You had to maybe, get a megaphone. Before the megaphone, get a seashell, fucking start yelling things in the seashell, looking for killers, looking for killers, straight up literal killers. Who's out here? Who's out here? Crazy shit. And then, you know, you got a couple of people who weren't even like really killers, but they were looking for jobs. They're like, man, I'm desperate. And then they get their fumble. It didn't go too well. Now you got to hire a real person and take them out. And it was a whole thing. God, it was so difficult to be conducting assassinations. But like nowadays, you can just like get the GPS, put in the coordinates, put in the, you know, longitude, latitude, that shit. Fucking drone. Add, you know, is it hypersonic? Fuck, we can't even defend that shit, Chuck. Because beforehand it was like, you know, before it was like a start with like rocks. Chuck a rock. Chuck a rock. You know, and then you'd hire somebody with a, that's how badminton started, bro. Fucking badminton. Fucking, you hired people for protection. Fucking rock here, rock there, overhand, underhand, serve it. That's what it was. But now you just like, you know, you literally give it to a 5-year-old and like they can do it. Probably are. Probably are. What are you doing with your life? There are child soldiers out there. You're not working? Lazy fuck. Nowadays you could just like program it, beep bop boop. Fucking drone that shit. But you all sucked. You didn't even get him. And now he knows. Now he's gonna be, you know, now he's probably gonna have to pull out a couple of doppelgangers. Now he's a new, I don't know too much about it, but new prime minister of Iraq. It's a messy situation. Probably, I don't know, like Saddam definitely had a couple of doppelgangers. A lot of the big boys, like the biggest big boys, you know, the evil big boys, not the good big boys, just evil big. They've all got doppelgangers and twinsies, and fucking now they probably got. I mean, you guys have seen the new Kim, right? Is it even Kim? North Korea, dude. He's lost a lot of weight. Or it's a different person. Just bring up the pictures, put them side by side. Sure, they're saying he's doing well, but just putting it out there, man. Just putting it out there. It would suck to grow up and I think there was a documentary or movie about that. Doppelgangers that look like Saddam's sons or one of his sons that had to, horrible. If you're a lookalike of a world-class elite level dictator, you know? But there are others without jobs, so at the same time, it's good to be working. It's good to be working. What I'm trying to say is go for the funny. What I'm trying to say is that you all fucked up, you didn't do the job, and yeah, now he knows, and now you're gonna have to like, you know, is this still gonna be ongoing? We're gonna have to do an investigation. Who tried to take him out? Was it the Iranians? Was it the, who knows? Who knows? We'll find out, I guess. But in the meantime, keep digging. What else is exciting and happening around this world in this month? In November, at the end of November, if I'm not mistaken, Ghislaine Maxwell, that, you know, the madam, and I'm using madam very loosely here. This is not a term of endearment or like it's like in this context it literally means bitch, and I mean it, like literally, I mean it. It's her, because that's the thing I'm learning. You can't have sympathy and empathy and compassion for everybody equally. That wouldn't make sense. Learning, growing, making myself feel uncomfortable, really. But yeah, so there's like, you know, she's gonna be, I think her trials are beginning at the end of November. I wonder who's gonna go down. I wonder which one of the filthy pedophile lizard Illuminati members, which one of the naughties is going down. I wonder if any of them are gonna go down. I wonder if, you know, because read a bunch of, you know, articles, a bunch of names, just, you know, who's involved to what level, who knows. But let's get her talking. Let's make sure she's still alive. Let's make sure she doesn't commit the suicides. All right. Good times. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I love you. Thank you for all the love and support. This has been a So-So production. I'm trying to make this a better comedic experience. Just trying to get in there with the comedy, with the jokes. And that's why I said from the beginning, now I have a newfound appreciation for punching up, punching down. Yeah, all the punches. Love it. Love it. Go after your dreams. I support you 100% through the airwaves right now. Whenever we get to see each other up close and personal, hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later. You know, I'm looking forward to that day when I get to go on stage and somewhere find 2 people, 5 people, 10 people. Scale it. Who knows? Looking forward to it. Stay litty, have fun, talk about these videos, and if you want to grow, come challenge yourself. Sit down, we'll have a little bit of a shindig, you know? 35 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. We're here 3 times a week, doing it on the Mondays, Wednesdays, and the Fridays. Baby boy, baby girl, love you. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to Subscribes on YouTube by searching Rob Sadri. Hit the like buttons on Instagram, and if you want to get fiscal, baby, get on that Patreon. In the meantime, stay safe. Have the funnest of the weeks. It's November. We're kicking butt. Time's moving, baby. Let's go. Talk to y'all very soon. Peace out.